From a brand new mac and cheese food truck to Blacktop, Jaleo, and the Galaxy's Edge restaurants, we're going to tell you everything you need to eat at Disney's newest and coming soon restaurants here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Today we are going to talk about all of the brand new restaurants that have just opened in Disney World and Disneyland, and also the restaurants that are coming soon. We're going to look at those menus. We're going to check out the things you really need to eat when you're there. Let's start with Jaleo. Jaleo just opened over in Walt Disney World's Disney Springs. This is James Beard Award-winning chef Jose Andres' concept. He's basically got two restaurants, one large, giant table service restaurant, and then a smaller quick service restaurant. We just ate there last week when they opened, and we've got lots of info for you. As you would expect from a Spanish restaurant, there's bright, vibrant colors. It's a multi-level restaurant with onstage kitchens, huge wood fire, paella pit for preparing those authentic paellas. FYI, there are two each night, one veg and one meat. And by the way, you'll know when they're done because they do sound a cowbell. But of course, you're going to start with drinks. So there's an exclusive dry sparkling rosé wine, Cuvée Jose, and a salt air margarita, which is weird. So this is a margarita, which instead of putting salt on the rim, they have a very salty foam on the top. Now, you know how I feel about foam. I don't understand why we have foam in our food, but this is sort of like almost like a sea foam, like a salty sea foam on top of that margarita. So interesting concept. I don't know if it's for you or not, but we wanted to tell you about it. So items are brought out as they're prepared, which is typical for a Spanish tapas restaurant. Now, one thing that you're going to see in just about every post or every podcast or video about Jaleo is the croquetas de pollo. Now, these, of course, are chicken croquetas, kind of like a hush puppy with chicken inside, featuring a creamy bechamel sauce. It's cooked for 2 days. So delicious, and the recipe comes way of the chef's mother. Now, there's an interesting presentation for this one, and there's a long story behind it. When you are served these croquetas, they will come on a pillow. It's a resin pillow, and that is supposed to represent the pillow that presented Cinderella's glass slipper. Now, why do you want your chicken served on a pillow for a shoe? Well, Jose Andres is actually very famous for serving things in shoes at many of his restaurants around the world. And the reason why he serves things in shoes is because, as he says, his mother used to tell him not to put his feet or his shoes on the table when they were eating. And so when he grew up and had his own restaurant, he decided he could do whatever he wanted. So he started to serve things in shoes. Now, if you do any research on the internet about this one, you'll find lots of very polarized opinions on whether or not Chef Andres should serve things in shoes, but he does, and it doesn't matter. So the Cinderella's glass slipper presentation for the croquetas is something that brings his shoes on the table mindset over to his Disney restaurant. So that's probably the most famous thing that you're going to get over there at Jaleo. Other things to look out for at Jaleo: the molecular gastronomy olives, which are little olive balls that explode in your mouth. Incredible cured meats and cheese plates, including a Barrico ham, and cheese is made exclusively for Chef Jose Andres. We definitely want you to try those paellas. When we were there, had chicken, rabbit, lima, and green beans. So good. And the seasonal veggie was artichoke, and it was fantastic. Really flavorful. You've got to get the paella when you're there. And then they have several different delicious dessert options as well. So Jaleo is quickly becoming a very popular restaurant in Disney Springs. Now over to Pepe, Jose Andres' counter service option. This one is connected to Jaleo, and there's some seating in the ordering area, and there's also a dedicated space inside the bright and colorful Jaleo for guests at Pepe. So the menu features sandwiches, gazpachos, salads, sangria, and more. We loved the sandwiches. Two of our favorites were the Pepito Ternera and the Bikini Cuatro Quesos, which is basically a very serious grilled cheese. The thing you want to look out for here are the patatas bravas. These are potato chips with aioli and brava sauce. The patatas bravas look like a normal bag of chips, but of course they're not. You pull out the little plate with the patatas bravas inside. It's just a fun presentation. The aioli presents as a pronounced garlic paired with a tomato-based brava sauce. So delicious. Definitely a must-do. All right, now it's time to talk about that mac and cheese truck. Okay, the mac and cheese truck just opened in Walt Disney World last week. I believe when this voiceover goes up, it will be last week. So this one has joined the Disney food trucks on the West Side Exposition Park. So there's several varieties of mac and cheese. We've got the crunchy mac and cheese topped with Cheetos, the chicken Parmesan mac and cheese made with Parmesan Alfredo sauce and topped with crispy fried chicken. It's basically the same Disney chicken tender, chicken nugget you're gonna get at any counter service location. So if you're a fan of those like I am, then this will be fine. Marinara Parmesan cheese and basil. There's the smoked brisket mac and cheese featuring cheddar and smoked Gouda mac topped with smoked brisket, barbecue sauce, and onion rings. The lobster and shrimp mac and cheese featuring lobster, shrimp, and crackers on top of cheddar and Swiss cheese macaroni. And our favorite is the bacon cheeseburger mac and cheese packed with creamy cheddar and American cheese mixed with ground beef and top of bacon, shredded lettuce, tomato, sliced pickles, ketchup, mustard, and crispy potato sticks. So this is really cheeseburger in a bowl, really, with a bunch of mac as well. So which ones are definite must-gets? We loved all of them except the lobster and shrimp macaroni and cheese wasn't our favorite, which we know we've heard a lot of reviews that people loved it. It just wasn't the go-to for us. But that crunchy mac and cheese topped with Cheetos is so much fun for all those different textures. Chicken parm mac and cheese, you gotta love the fact that you've got the Alfredo sauce and the marinara in there, so you can make your sort of own pink sauce. And those chicken nuggets. Basically, if you're a mac and cheese fan, go choose any one and you'll probably be happy with these. All right, next we're going to stay in the Spanish concept. We're going to head over to Toledo, which is going to be opening soon in the Gran Destino Tower at Coronado Springs Resort. That'll open July 9th. So this one is focused on tapas, steak, and seafood. So you're gonna get plenty of small plates, charcuterie, cheeses, and Disney has given us a sneak peek at some of the dishes you'll find on the menu. There'll be stuffed piquillo peppers, seared scallops, golden tilefish, plant-based seafood, quote unquote, which has vegan interpretations of calamari and scallops. You're also gonna grab some steaks, hanger steak, ribeye for two, and desserts will include a plant-based option with the chocolate avocado mousse, as well as a cafe con leche profiterole and a dessert tasting plate. Kids are going to have a build their own menu option over here at Toledo, and Disney has shared that the offerings will feature Spanish and California wines with over 75 selections hand-picked by the master sommelier. Coronado Springs is also going to open an on-the-water dining location here when their new tower opens. That's going to be called Three Bridges Bar and Grill. It's being constructed on an island in the middle of Lago Dorado, the resort's 14-acre lake. All right, next let's talk about those Galaxy's Edge foods. So those are gonna, of course, include the Docking Bay 7 and Cargo. Proprietor Chef Strono Cookie Tugs runs the kitchen, having once honed his cooking craft in the kitchen of Maz Kanata. The menu here is gonna feature oven-roasted burra fish, smoked kadu ribs, and fried Andorian tip yip. FYI, if you've never had tip yip, like any of us have ever had tip yip, it tastes like chicken. Bronto Roasters will be opening in Galaxy's Edge. This will be a sandwich stand serving up the Bronto wrap, and this wrap will be filled with spiced grilled sausage and roasted pork. Also look for turkey jerky and Milo Run juice. Did I pronounce that right? Milo Run? Milo Run? Anyway, it's melon. Over at Olgas Cantina, that's the first one we knew about coming to Galaxy's Edge. This one has a well-established reputation for its concoctions over there on Batu, featuring, quote, exotic ingredients using otherworldly methods served in unique vessels. So you're going to find some interesting souvenir containers here, I'm guessing. And there will be cocktails and mocktails. So the cocktails, this is the first time that alcohol is going to be served in Disneyland Park, except for at Club 33. So this is a historic opportunity for Disney over there in Galaxy's Edge. And then the milk stand. This will have both blue and green milk, and note that the non-dairy blue milk is not actually milk, but a soft frozen drink similar to a milkshake, and the green milk will feature more citrusy flavors. Also in Galaxy's Edge, you're going to find Kat Saka's Kettle, and this will be serving up flavored popcorn in sweet, spicy, and salty varieties. And remember that the Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland and the Galaxy's Edge in Disney World will be complete dupes. They will be the same, so all of these will open in both locations. Now headed over to Topolino's Terrace over at Flavors of the Riviera. This will open with the Riviera Resort. Now we're not sure of an exact opening day for this resort, but we do know you can make reservations for the night of December 16th, so it may open a little bit earlier than that, but it will be probably significantly later this year. And Topolino, of course, is Mickey Mouse's name in Italian. So this is going to feature a prix-fixe character meal breakfast as well as dinner. And we don't have any news on the breakfast menu yet, but dinner's going to feature artisanal pastas with fresh pressed olive oil, gourmet gourmet cheeses from France and Italy, and meats and seafood cooked on a wood-burning grill. Wines are going to be sourced throughout the south of France and coastal Italy, and cocktails made by mixologists will feature citrus, delicious figs, and vanilla tones, quote unquote. And remember, additional dining options over at Disney's Riviera Resort are going to include Le Petit Café, which is a coffee bar, Bar Riva, which is a lounge space, and Primo Piatto, which is a quick service location. You're also going to have the Voyagers Lounge there as well. All right, let's talk about CityWorks. This one's opening in the summer of 2019 in Disney Springs. This will be on the west side of Disney Springs and will become home to a bar featuring craft beer and American food. And guests can also expect to enjoy plenty of high-def TVs, including a 165-inch screen showing live sporting events. So this is going to be your sports bar there in Disney Springs. Keeping with the current 7 CityWorks eatery and poorhouse locations, Disney Springs will serve 80 beers on tap. These will include rare, limited supply special tappings from local breweries, as well as from spots around the globe. You're going to get pup grub, shareable plates, burgers, and more to pair with your beverage. And we've got to talk about the NBA experience, which is opening in Disney World's Disney Springs on August 12th, 2019. So this is basically basketball heaven, okay? If you're a basketball fan or if you have a basketball fan in your family, this is where you guys are going to want to go. This replaces Disney Quest, if you guys remember Disney Quest, which was a giant video game heaven. So this one is going to have 13 interactive elements and hands-on activities across 44,000 square feet and 2 floors. So the entrance to the NBA experience will allow guests to walk through a tunnel like the players do when they head onto the court for a game. And a ticket to get into the NBA experience gets you into every game and experience at the restaurant. So it works like Disney Quest in that way. So types of activities you can do, there'll be a slam dunk challenge. There's an activity that lets you test your shooting skills. You'll be able to measure your vertical leap, your wingspan, and your shooting and dribbling skills. And there's also personalizable activities with your name, and you can associate your favorite NBA or WNBA teams with you. So your stats are going to be tracked just like a real pro game. So we don't have too many specifics on the menu for this one yet, but remember that CityWorks is going to be located kind of within the NBA experience, so that's going to be a food option for you there. Next up, coming soon to Disneyland is Blacktop Craft Burgers and Beer. This one is highly anticipated, you guys. Anyone who's been to a Blacktop knows how great they are, and we are super excited to see this one show up in Disneyland. So Blacktop Craft Burgers and Beer, award-winning burger joint in New York City, will open its first California location in downtown Disney District in 2018. So it's coming right up. We don't know an exact opening date, but it should be soon. Blacktop is going to bring their super well-known all-American and vegan burgers to the new location, along with their signature Crazy Shake milkshake. So these are like the original over-the-top milkshakes that everybody's been copying for the past couple of years, right? Some of their favorite ones are Cotton Candy Shake, which is strawberry, and the Bam Bam Shake, which has Fruity Pebbles in it. So we can't wait for this one to open, but you definitely got to get some of those shakes and some of those burgers when Blacktop opens in downtown Disney. And then recently opened in Disneyland's Downtown Disney is Ballast Point. We've talked about it a little bit on the channel, but you guys, it really, really is excellent. And also, FYI, it is really hard to get a reservation here. How the system works is you can get a reservation, but if you can't, there is some first come, first serve seating upstairs. So you can head upstairs and grab some of that first come, first serve outdoor seating. When we were there were literally lines of people waiting for those tables to open up. So it is very popular. There's lots on the menu that's excellent. The Bavarian pretzel with Sculpin beer cheese. Sculpin is one of their own beers. Ballast Point is a brewery and features 50 plus taps of Ballast Point along with exclusive brews made just for Disneyland. So that Bavarian pretzel served with Sculpin beer cheese and Fathom beer mustard for dipping. House-made pimento cheese is great. It's accompanied with chicharrones, grilled bread, and bread and butter pickles. The wings are awesome. The Ballast Point wings are so good. They can be ordered in your choice of 3 serving styles: spicy Sculpin, buffalo glaze with blue cheese sauce, bourbon and brown sugar with ranch, or in a dry, crispy rub with a southern-style comeback sauce. This is really, really good as well. The Impossible lettuce cups are big favorites over there in downtown Disney. This is plated with Impossible, which is plant-based, protein, and peppers with hydroponic lettuce. The plum sauce that comes with this dish is really, really good, so definitely don't be afraid to order a little bit more of that. The steak burrito is a favorite of some of our friends over there in downtown Disney. The meat is seasoned with Santa Maria-style dry rub and wrapped up with guac, pico, and cheddar cheese, and there's a ton of french fries in there too. And the Ballast Point burger, I thought it was really, really good. I had the smoky blue burger, burger, and some of our other taste testers had the Ballast Point burger. Both were excellent. It's about a 7-ounce chuck and brisket blend patty with sharp cheddar, lettuce, tomato, red onion, and pickles and remoulade on a brioche bun. And of course, I had that smoky blue burger with blue cheese and bacon. Excellent. Ballast Point is a must get for sure. All right, so that's what's coming and what's recently opened in Walt Disney World food-wise. We wanted to let you know what we loved and what we are highly anticipating eating. So let us know in the comments what you can't wait to try. What's going to be on your list the next time you're at Disney World from these new restaurants? We'd love to hear. All right, everybody, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog. Please give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing over here. We thank you for listening, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you real soon.